Hello, everybody. It is me, Chronicle of My Journey. Today is Tuesday, the 8th, I think. So I had my follow up today, and everything is good according to Dr. Higdon. Excuse me. I'm still really sore. So we did kind of discuss the plan of what happened. So he was successful at swapping the temporary implants out, taking out the tissue expanders, cleaning up the area, and putting the silicone implants in. And he didn't use lipo from different parts of my body, from like my stomach and under my arms, like close to those nodes and my sides. So he did pull the fat tissue out of to the fatty. I don't know if it's tissue. He pulled the fat out to be able to help make the boob like a circle. So today's visit was just to follow up with the surgery to see how everything went. I'm healing very well. He said he did take out the stitches because I had several. So everywhere he poked to pull lipo, I had a stitch. So he pulled all of those stitches out today. Everything looks good. He also went through my belly button to get some tissue there. So I'm sore, and I'm healing. I think that's great. So for the next 6 weeks, I have to wear a body cast. And I meant to show it to you before I put it on, but I've actually done put it on now. But it's kind of like a waist trainer, but it's like more rubbery. I have to wear. Now he did give me like a surgical bra, but I didn't like these boobs. Feel really heavy right now, and it might take some time for my body to get adjusted. But the bra that they sent me home in is no good. I mean, it's just weak. So I have the choice to wear a sports bra for the next 6 weeks, and I can wear my waist trainer. I just feel like the way I had to alternate them out because they get a little sweaty, and I don't want to wear them every day. So I was asking him today, is that appropriate for me to want to wear my waist trainers? And he was okay with that. We agreed on that. The top area, he wants me to massage. If you were to run your hand like down my chest like this, you can feel like two like lumps. And that's kind of where the implant begins. And but it's on top of the muscle, so that's why you can feel like a little hump there. But he wants me, once I stop hurting, to kind of massage them, and that implant will flatten out in that area. Right now, I'm just on antibiotics. I did get like Tylenol and ibuprofen, and something else. The gabapentin. What I feel is like lightning surges that run down my chest, and so the gabapentin is for that. And I have an antibiotic that I take twice a day, and I have to take that for like 2 weeks while my body is still healing. And this is just ibuprofen, and this is the antibiotic. What is this, honey? I don't know. Muscle spasms. Okay, so that's what I was trying to get to. So I'm not really for sure how to say this, honey. I don't know. Whatever this is, it is for the muscle spasms. Now, here's how I feel. I can go to sleep like at 10 o'clock and I'll be knocked out real good. And when I'm in my sleep, I can feel those pains shooting through my body. So when I feel that, I take the muscle relaxer so the spasms will stop. So that's pretty much it for that part. And I'll go back in 6 weeks for a follow-up. Now, I did tell him we're gonna make some other plans because he did do some lipo on the side, and I have this like pocket tissue like right up under my arm. So that's why I have to wear, like, he really wants me to have on something like a girdle, that the full body, because he wants my body to be pressed together so that those tissues will learn to go straight and not ripple up. So right now it's kind of like ripply, like a little lump, I guess you could call it. But it'll straighten out as my body starts to heal and the rest of the fat kind of works its way into a place. So that's important. What he did today was just a regular exam. Everything looks good. I still have those stitches under there. So this one is not as bad. This one is not as long, but this side, there's like a 2-inch stitch under there, but it's healing well. So we checked on that. But the purpose of the squeezing is to force the body to comply. So when he squeezed me today, it was really painful, and I screamed. And but he said that's a good sign. So it's just part of the healing process, and so we just went on with that. We are going to make plans eventually to check out under the arm, but he was a little concerned about taking any tissues from there, because remember when we did the double mastectomy, they took some fat tissues out with those lymph nodes for testing. So he didn't want to fool with that, but now I just feel like it's so much more work that needs to be done to my body. And I guess liposuction is kind of like tattoos. When you get one, you want 50. So I want a whole Beyonce body, and honey, we need to figure out how we're gonna get this together. So that's what we talked about today. Keeping everything in perspective, that it's still going to be a long process. It's still a journey. It's still me healing one step at a time. We are still a goal for December for the hysterectomy with Dr. Crispin, and everything else is off to the races. So I'm doing well with that. So keep praying for that. And the next subject, I want to talk about something. Darn, shoot, I forgot that fast. Whenever I figured out, I put in the comments below, but I done clean forgot my darn thought. Anyway, thank you guys for listening, and that is just the chronicles of my journey. Just wanted to share with you the process. I am bruised up. I am black and blue under here. And it's getting better. I found some cream at Walgreens. It's bruise cream. I'm going to try that, because now that the stitches are healed, I might be able to try this little topical stuff to put on there, because I look just crazy as all get out up under here. I'm all black and blue. So I'm going to try that little cream and see if that helps. But anyway, if you have any questions about the process, feel free to ask. Awareness and knowledge is my goal. I want everybody to be aware that this is real and it can happen. I pray that it doesn't happen to you, but if it does happen to you, then I hope I can offer you some encouragement to continue the fight and keep going. On my way out of the doctor today, there was a lady standing in line, and she didn't have any hair. And the amazing thing about what caught my attention is she had like the most beautiful blue eyes I have ever seen. And the crazy part is her eyes matched her dress. But she didn't have any hair, and that told me that she was midways of her journey. And just something, I don't know, just came over me to just talk to her and pray for her. And Lord, her spirit was lifted. So if I can just bless you with a prayer or whatever I can do to help you get through your journey might not be cancer. You know what? Everybody has to go through their valley experience. And so I don't know, this woman just stood out to me. And I'm not really the happy, friendly, go talk to everybody type. I'm the little girl over in the corner sitting and rocking, looking crazy like, is it time to go? But it was just something about her. But she was just all sweet as she could be. But anyway, that's enough of that. But anyway, I'm just saying to you that be encouraged in whatever you're dealing with. Don't forget that you are going through your journey. You are not in a storm. You are going through a storm. So be encouraged in whatever storm God has placed in your life, because you'll come out, and tomorrow will be another day, and you'll live and learn. My son today got his first little piece of his little storm, because his little hard-headed tail gonna jump in the car and run to the stove, and done backed into somebody's car. And yeah, of course, I wrung his neck, and I was upset at first. But then, God just told me, we got to be gentle with how we parenting our kids. We got to be careful, because the world is already cold. The world is already going to beat him down. You got folks out here looking for people like him to put him up in a tree. And what I don't want my son to feel is hopeless because he made a mistake. And I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, he just scraped the paint off the guy's car. And I talked to the man. We gonna get all that squared away. His daddy had the car insured. We're gonna take care of, what we gotta do. Because guess what? As parents, we are responsible for what our children do. So my child does the most. He got it honest. So be loving, be kind to your children, because it's a lot. You can make or break your kid for the rest of their life with what you say. And today I was upset, and I was reminded that, guess what? I go to work every day, and I'm offended by things that kids say to me or kids do to each other. And Metro says I have to go and do restorative to them. So my day, I said, you know what? Today I'm a bash him because he was wrong. He was hard-headed. But guess what? If I can restore somebody else's kid, I can restore my own. And so I restored my kid. I let him know, life happened. He ain't the first kid done wrecked no car. He ain't the last. I wrecked my mama's car when I was about 16. I tore that door up, not knowing how to maneuver that car. But you know what? You live through it. Here I am, still to this day, 43 years old. You make mistakes, but you get through them. And so I was reminded today to be kind and to be in a restore the relationship. Yeah, you got to bash your kids, but you got to go back in there and hug them. You got to go back in there and love them. And you got to remind them that this ain't the end of the world. Yes, your dad is ticked off and your mama gonna wring your neck. But at the end of the day, I love you. At the end of the day, I would sacrifice everything I own to make sure your day was happy, that you were safe, that you had everything you needed. And so I tied all this together to just say, it's hard enough. Like, I can't carry the weight of a bunch of stress because I can't get this blood pressure under control. So I can't be griping and fighting and arguing and going all to pieces because my blood pressure keeps going up. So, we just have to handle it. You just have to handle whatever your kids do. They are a part of you. They act like you. They do things that they're not supposed to do, just like you did. So, I gave him a hard way to go, but before he went back upstairs just now, I had to call him back over there and let him know, listen, son, I love you. This will pass, but you gotta start listening to what I'm saying to you. I tell you no for certain things for a reason. Now, he has been practicing driving, and I had let him drive, a couple, run on around here and come on back. Because who haven't? I was driving without a real license. I didn't even have a permit. My mom, my stepdad would just let me drive, but he has his little permit. But anyway, He gonna be all right. And I wanted my son to know that, yeah, it's a costly mistake, but nevertheless, I love you. And we're gonna get through it together. So y'all, whatever your kids is out there doing, let your children know you love them. Tell your children the story about the accident you had. Let them know that tomorrow will bring another day. And that's it. You can't bash your kids forever and ever and never, because you make them feel like you don't love them. You make them feel like they're worthless. You make them feel like everything they do is a mistake. And that's how come these sweet babies, they out here killing themselves because they feel so hopeless. Yeah, discipline them, but you gotta remember to go back and restore it. You gotta put them back in one piece. You don't want nobody in the streets putting your child back together. It's your job. Bash them, break them apart like a puzzle, and put them right back together like a puzzle. You treat your children with dignity and respect, even though they're young. Yeah, he hard-headed because I told his butt not to get in that car. But at the end of the day, it's my responsibility. I'm his mom, and whatever he tear up, I gotta pay for. He gonna help. If that means we gotta sell all them Jordans, you gonna pay for this foolishness. But I love you, and I wouldn't trade the world for him. So take care of that. I didn't even mean to say all that shit. I'm all off task. Oh, listen, my friend, my BFF, I can't even find. Where's my bonnet? Y'all, I done lost my bonnet. I was trying to tell y'all about my bonnet. My BFF. It ain't on my head, is it? Here you go, I found it. My BFF knows my favorite color is pink. So she makes these super cool bonnets, and she has a million patterns. So late nights, y'all support Melody Weber in her efforts it keeps her busy. And I think this is a good hobby to take up. It's satin on the inside so you don't get your split ends. And then she's got a bunch of different little colors and patterns and things. Pink is my favorite color, so I got this one. And then I got a Dr. Seuss one for when we have Read Me Week at school. I can wear my bonnet. Now I got this little pea head, so everything that I buy that go on my head be too big. But this is a pretty nice, and it stays on now, honey. Don't get it twisted. I ain't got no hair right now, but I like the way this satin feel on my head. Anyway, stay on your prayer targets. I love you guys. Go get your test. Go get your mammogram. Wear your face mask when you go outside. COVID-19 is real. And let me echo my other third part. Let me say this. I actually know somebody who had it. Might have, and I don't know. I ain't seen the paperwork. But that hit home. I really do know somebody for real that had COVID. So it's a real thing. So you all please wear your mask, social distance. I know that thing ain't comfortable and most of them stink, but you're only going in the store for 20 or 30 minutes. So put the mask on and try not to let folks cough all over you, because just because you wash your hands and do what you're supposed to do, that don't mean the people in line at Kroger's is doing the same thing. Okay? Anyway, I done said enough. Prayer targets, love you. Have a good night.